direction. Lisa Gordon says, heaven help me, Disney is threatening to build a theme park in Australia in Queensland. Uh-oh. Well, here's the question. Are they going to have these guys? Are they going to have these guys? I'm only going to allow it if they have these guys. Yes. Yes, guys. More men in dresses at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Now, I know a long while ago we saw them, but we've got this guy, Mr. Yellow Shoes over here with his hairy legs and his dress, with this small child who really looks like, this child looks like they're about to run away. This child looks like they're about to run away in fear. And then, of course, you've got Ma'am over here. You've got the scary godfathers over here. The Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is like the now turned in. It should just be like the Bibbidi Transing Boutique. And you wonder why people are flocking away in droves, because these men in dresses are now there to greet your children instead of, well, regular normal ladies. It's really bad, but people are reacting to this. This is why when they say, why is attendance down? The stock bros didn't even think for a second. They didn't spare a moment to think maybe people are not going to come back because they don't want their kids around this. And there's lots of normal people, right? Whether they're Christian, Muslim, or just regular old Americans, they don't have to be religious, who think it's weird, right? And don't want their kids exposed, don't want a small child. Once again, when we say leave the children alone, this picture is picture perfect for leave the children alone. Just leave them alone. Why are you talking to a child? Can you just leave the children alone? Is that okay? Why do you need to be talking to a child? It's kind of weird. Why do these people need to be talking to a child? Just don't know why. And of course, when you look over, I like Jake Shields here, who's a five-time MMA UFC world champion, who said, I sold 100% of my Disney stock over their opposition to the parental rights law. And he's saying, turns out to be a good financial decision. I think Jake is not alone. I think a lot of people are seeing these culture war battles, these things like this and whatever else, and they're saying, hey, we sold it, and now they're glad. They're glad as it's going down. And by the way, this is before Jake posted this, before it hit rock bottom. It's even lower now. But once again, people are looking back and they're making good decisions. So they're saying, hey, look, this is why I'm checking out, and I'm not going to check back in. And we're just done here. Okay, now we got a little bit of a different debate, and this is an interesting one. So obviously, I told you guys, I think things like, I don't know, receipts and invoices that show there's pretty damn good proof of criminal behavior on behalf of our CID, which was controlled by Disney and under influence of Disney staff. I think that has some huge ramifications for their stock price. People that believe that Ahsoka is the reason why the stock is going down. This is from Script Trooper, who says, this dumb crap made Disney stock go down 4% today. So putting it on their horrible storytelling in this BS of Ahsoka. Now, this is going to be a very good one, because look, as much as I think this stuff is definitely dumb. Now, I have not seen Ahsoka, but I've seen enough of the clips to know that this chick survives a lightsaber to the chest. I think she needs to talk to our homeboy Qui-Gon right now about this, because I normally this is fatal for homie, but it's a woman, so she's got the strength of a woman, so she's got woman power. She's definitely able to endure this, right? For sure, 100%. Jedi Master, but random girl number 5. Oh, and Han Solo. Forgot about Han Solo. Yes, she's tougher than Han Solo as well. But there's a very good argument here. Some people are arguing that Ahsoka could actually save Star Wars. So I want to read through this article, because this is some insane stuff right now. So I gotta read this for you guys, because I read this and I was like, there's no way. And I'll read it and you guys can react to it, right? So this is about, could Ahsoka Tano continue the Skywalker legacy better than the sequel trilogy? Okay, so this is very much clickbait, because it's getting you in based on your hate of Rey, because we all hate Rey, right? And everyone's like, okay, everybody hates Rey, and even the woke are coming around. Even Disney, I think, is coming around to being like, okay, everybody hates Rey, but let's reboot it on alien feminism, right? It's not no longer going to be Rey, who's the white woman. We got to do it alien. We got to put an orange girl in there, right? Orange man is bad, but orange girl is good, right? So we got to put our hopes on the orange girl. So let's read this for a second. So when the House of Mouse acquired the Star Wars franchise back in 2012, they began making plans to leave their mark on the franchise by relaunching it. So they came up with a sequel trilogy that would feature Luke, Han, and Leia. But they also ensured the franchise would continue forward by introducing Finn, Poe, Kylo, and Rey, the protagonist. But it didn't work out as planned. They fail with the sequel trilogy. Well, this is something that we could agree with. I can agree that they failed with the sequel trilogy. So if we stop there, I'd agree. But how that means that Ahsoka necessarily succeeds is up in the air. But let's read what they have to say here. The plans for the sequel trilogy were grand, but the entire endeavor didn't work out. This is because there wasn't any overall arc to the story. In later interviews, even Daisy Ridley confirmed the story was changing on the fly. So while there was initial excitement regarding the beloved space opera saga coming back, all that died down regarding the plot, story, and characters when there was criticism, right? Because obviously it sucked, so people criticized it. It was very clear to fans that the movies lacked something more than a clear direction. It was missing originality. This resulted in brilliant characters played by amazing actors not getting their due. I don't know about that. See, I already have problems with this article saying brilliant characters and amazing actors. Some of the actors were okay. They're all right. I don't know about amazing, but they're okay. Brilliant characters, no. The characters were not well written at all. Real quick, Black Dragon says, will the Disney board lawsuit liability exposure? There is always exposure for the Disney board, particularly when they have knowledge or control. So for a lot of these things are going to get into Disney corporate. Now we're going to see how far. I think we're at the tip of the iceberg right now with Disney in terms of actual liability. But yeah, obviously these were a complete failure, right? So, this in terms of like the outlook there, not good for those two. Oh, and real quick here, let me pull up these on locals. 2 tips on locals, and I'll just pull those over here so you guys, actually, I'll just read them. From locals, which is Ben SC for $1 says, also buying content keeps your costs fixed and easier to budget. Yes, very true. And Ben SC for another $1 says, regardless of the previous profit margins, if the SEC decides to investigate Reedy Creek municipal bonds, their vicarious liability is through the roof. Absolutely. Their auditors are going to be in for a nightmare when they audit those municipal bonds because Disney is so intertwined with those and because their counsel is really on the line. Also, thank you so much to Brent Wolf. We got another 20 memberships right now, giving it to the rat. 20 memberships at a time, 20 new members of the Base Legal Mindset. Welcome to BLM, to the Base Legal Mindset. Appreciate all of y'all and appreciate that gift, Brent Wolf. Thank you so much. It is amazing and helps us all out on this channel. We're a sea of green right now, which I love to hear. Okay, so the ultimate truth after the last movie, The Rise of Skywalker, was also criticized endlessly, is that Disney failed to create a sequel trilogy that was as gripping and riveting as the original. No shit, Sherlock. And so the sequel saga ended up being divisive and inspiring mixed reviews from critics and their fan base. Okay, so what you need things that are going to be unanimous and that everybody is going to like. So let's see here. Lucasfilm succeeded on the small screen with The Mandalorian. So saying that they succeeded with the Mando. I don't know if that's true. I think with the Mando, they did okay. I think Grogu was their only thing that really, really sold out and boomed in terms of merch and money. But I don't know if it was like the complete turnaround that they think it was with Mandalorian. So saying that it was loved by all fans, I'm not sure. I mean, Grogu was liked. Baby Yoda Grogu was liked. But does that make the show loved? I don't know. And the thing is, them putting this out here that this is the element they like, is just the cute sidekick. Any show can have a cute sidekick. That's not special. That's not a story. I don't think Mando turned it around. I think it was okay for some people. Some people thought it was decent, but there was also mixed reviews. Some seasons people thought were great. Some people, thought other seasons sucked. So, okay, but how does that mean that? So let's see. The success is based not on the popularity. Well, sorry, it's reflected not only the popularity, but also the fact there's multiple spin-offs. One of them is Ahsoka. So saying that Ahsoka is going to be successful because it's a spin-off of The Mandalorian. That's like saying I'm going to be successful because I'm a spin-off of LawTube. Thank you very much, Derna. Calling me the cute sidekick of LawTube. Yes, I am the giant sidekick of LawTube. But yes, that's great. That's great. Now I'm the protagonist. Come on. I'm perfect. I'm Mary Sue. We'll feel like Ahsoka has the potential to be a great Star Wars sequel, perhaps even more than the sequel trilogy. And perhaps better than this at the Skywalker legacy than the other shows. Okay, so now here's one. Anakin taught Ahsoka more than his children. So now you're going to say and Ahsoka is better than Luke. Once again, it's this whole we have to sub out a woman for a man. Got to be honest with you guys. To me, Ahsoka is going to never replace Luke. Right? I don't think Ahsoka can replace that. And based on the acting I've seen so far, regardless of how good Rosario Dawson is or isn't as an actress, she seems just like to have one mode. It's like stoic, right? Like he's just stoic, which is just making women characters into men. They're taking away their emotions. And one of the things that people liked about Rebels is that the characters had emotions, right? The characters had emotional range. They got sad, upset, they laughed, right? It's definitely something that was there in Rebels, and it doesn't seem to me like that's there in Ahsoka. It seems like all the female characters are like dudes. They're trying to be badass, they're trying to be stoic, they're trying to be tough shit. Like it just doesn't seem to me like that's the same thing. It's a one for one. And then showing that look, there's a force transfer, so that's going on there with the two. Because she's got Anakin there. Okay, Ahsoka learned a lot from her Jedi Master's failures, more than even Luke. So more woman is better than man. Okay. And then compared to Rey, Ahsoka is more of a Skywalker. Well, I guess that's true, but that's like saying compared to someone who's an idiot, you did better on the SAT. That's not saying much. It's like saying you beat like Forrest Gump on the Mensa test. I'm just saying it's not too hard. So those are their arguments for Ahsoka saving the franchise and winning out. I want to know what you guys think about that. This video has been a clip of a previous live stream, and it's clipped so you can get the information in a shorter, compact package, the information you need. If you want the full video, the whole context, the whole thing, you can check out the full stream. That is in the link below. Check that out, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.